Alright, solving. So all you're trying to do is end up with t equals number here, or y equals a number. So to undo what's happening over here, actually let's simplify this a little. T minus minus 5 is like t plus 5 equals 73. Alright, now to undo that, we have a plus 5, so we have to minus 5. And that gives us t equals 68. Dunsky. Alright, so on the next one, we have negative 5. That's understood to be times y, right, when they're right next to each other. So to undo that, we got to divide by negative 5. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other. So that reduces to y, and that gives us negative 35 over negative 5 is a positive 7. Done. Alright, now solve these. So these are called multi-step because they require more than one step. So generally, when you're solving an equation, generally, not always, when you simplify, you use PEMDAS. When you solve, you use PEMDAS backwards. So you're going to many times want to subtract or add before you multiply or divide. So in this case, that is so. What I want to do is not confuse myself with that 10 there. It's just 7 minus 3x equals negative 14. I'm going to minus a 7 from this side. And that gives me negative 3x equals negative 21, right? 14 bad guys, 7 bad guys, 21 bad guys. So now divide by negative 3. You want to divide by the negative, whatever number, including the sign in front of the x. Gives you x equals 7. And then you should check your answers if it's more than a one-step equation. So 7 minus 3 times 7 is 7 minus 21, gives me negative 14, and that's exactly what I should have, so that works. Here, the easiest way to do this is to multiply by the reciprocal. So I should just multiply by 3 halves on both sides and get x equals 14 times 3, which is 42 over 2, which equals 21. Alright, that's the quick and easy way. If that didn't make sense for you, or if that gave you any trouble, just think of it this way. Anytime you're solving for anytime you're trying to get rid of a fraction in an equation, you can always multiply both sides by the denominator. Alright, whenever you do that, if you multiply everything on both sides by the denominator, it cancels, or by the common denominator, cancels the fraction, so I just got a 2x here. And then 14 times 3 is 42. Now I got all whole numbers. No, all whole numbers and no fractions. Now I divide by 2. That gives me x equals 21. A couple more steps, but it maybe makes more sense for some people that way.